Superintendent of schools in the state, and we're working night and day with all the superintendents in all the counties across our great state and everything to be able to offer our parents a choice in regard to their kids going back to school and give us the opportunity to educate our children and get them back in school. And for those that are that the parents elect to do just that, and I'm tickled to death, that all the support and everything that we've had from the teachers and service personnel, and we're going to make it as safe can possibly be in every way. And so with all that being said, we're still full steam ahead looking at September the 8th, but willing to pivot if we have to pivot and do whatever we got to do it safe and to do it right by our kids, our teachers, our service personnel, everybody there. And so there's lots of good news that are going on there, and lots of excitement and everything. But we're going to keep watching all the numbers and watching everything that's going on, and watching it really close and make the best decisions that we can possibly make. But today with you, a really, really special day. From my standpoint, here's how the whole thing came down. I'm in contact with different ones of you, and I'm getting feedback from particular ones of you that are saying, how important our fairs and festivals are. Well, you don't have to tell me that, I know that. And they're the fabric of our state. They're our identity in so many different ways. Now, first of all, it's easy. We know how important our fairs and our festivals are to our state. We got that. And then the next thing is, we know with this pandemic that we had to close our fairs and festivals, and for the most part, we had very, very few within our state this year. So the next thing that comes up is, by not having those, just like a lot of our businesses are across our state and everything, we're on the verge of maybe losing a goodly percentage. It's even reported to me that we could lose as much as half of them. Well, at that point in time, what do? We go to work, because I can't let that happen. There's no way on this earth that I'm going to stand by, if there's any way that I possibly can, and let that happen. So what do? We go back and we look at the dollars that have been appropriated to go to the fairs and the festivals. And those dollars were $1,347,000 some odd dollars. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to match those dollars a second time in the same year. And so to some degree, even though we absolutely know that we're not covering all the losses that you have incurred, that you could have recouped from your fair or festival, we're doing something that may bridge you to be able to continue on, and that's exactly what I want to do. So in other words, in a lot of ways, you got a little bit of a windfall this year at a time when really and truly maybe things look really bleak. But absolutely, without any doubt, I, as your governor, have to thank you, because I'm a real believer in what you do. You see, I'm a real believer in the arts, and I'm a real believer in our fairs and our festivals, because they're what I said before. They're the fabric of our being. That one time, and I'm going to pass to Randall Reed Smith here in just a second, who's doing an incredible job as a state curator and everything for the arts. But anyway, before I pass, I just want to say this, that Randall, right from the get-go, knows how close we came when we were going through all different ways of budget cuts and everything else, that it seemed like that the arts especially were just the low-hanging fruit. Oh, we can cut that out. But you see, I believe when you cut that out, you're cutting out our being. You're cutting out the purpose of us in so many ways. You're cutting out our history. You're cutting out our soul. And so to me, it goes back to what I've said over and over and over. any frog that's not proud of his own pond isn't much of a frog. And so when it really boils right down to it, I am tickled to death today to be passing out a whole lot of dollars and everything, $1,347,000 to our fairs and festivals, and a total of 329 of them. And in addition to that, I want to say just this. We're going to be, the state fair has qualified for additional dollars. The State Fair of West Virginia is going to get $300,000. It's not any part of these dollars. These dollars are all separate from that. And the reason they're going to get that dollars is because of their COVID, arrangement or responsibilities that they have. So there's some connection to the COVID situation, the COVID-19 situation, plus the fact that our state fair does unbelievable stuff. I'm tickled to death to be able to do that as well. So we've got $1,347,000 that's going to our fairs and festivals. $300,000 is going to our state fair, but that's not all. That's not all. And I'll tell you about the end of it in just a few minutes, but there's another equivalent amount to this $1,300,000 and some odd thousand that's going to go out, and it's going to go out to our historical groups and everything, and I'll tell you more about it after I pass to Randall and we go through these great people, and I'll end up with that. But just like our Forest Festival, we're going to support our Forest Festival again. And so there's additional round of grants and everything that we're going to be talking about, and it's going to come out about next Tuesday for all those people that just fell through the cracks and maybe didn't fall in this criteria and everything. In addition to that, I think we've got like 12 fairs or festivals that are out there that did not fall into the ones that are funded by the legislature, but we want to support them as well, and we're going to do that also. So I'm going to pass to Randall Reed-Smith right now. I can never say enough for him. He's stuck on all the time. What a great, great, great guy, and he does a tremendous job. And so I guess I'll pass on to, do I pass to you now,
Yes,
Randall?
sir.
Okay, go ahead.
Governor, thank you again for letting me be here with you. And I get the opportunity again to say to you, thank you. We have been 2 years and 2 months as the West Virginia Department of Arts, Culture, and History. And when they were looking back in 2018 about the restoration or the reorganization of the arts, you were adamant that we would have a Department of the Arts. And this is our third fiscal year where we have saved $2.6 million by making this reorganization. And because of that, National Endowment of the Arts, they continue to call you the rock star of the arts, because not only did you all reorganize, you gave us a 20% increase in funding for the arts. And because of that, we've had to increase every year because we get more federal money, and the entire arts community says thank you. But by creating this department, the National Council for the Arts, if you remember, they came here for their first meeting in 27 years outside of Washington, D.C. because of what was going on in West Virginia. And the nation looks at us at what we're doing, and that's because of you. We appreciate you. It's not just the fine and musical arts at our building, or the literary arts at Library Commission, or the digital and media arts at Public Broadcasting, or the true art of giving for volunteer services. We're here to celebrate your art of giving today by supporting our fairs and festivals, which truly show the pride of who our communities are, economic development that's so important. And we have a few people here today to talk about the value of cultural and heritage tourism through fairs and festivals, the economic impact, and they want to say thank you to you too. So thank you, Governor, and Jordan, I'll give it back to you.
All right, thank you, Randall, and thank you, Governor. First today, let's go to Kelly Collins with the West Virginia State Fair.
Thank you, and thank you, Governor, for allowing me to speak this afternoon. And on behalf of the West Virginia Association of Fairs and Festivals Board of Directors, and of course the State Fair of West Virginia Board of Directors and staff, from the bottom of our hearts, we say thank you. You've always been a champion for the tourism industry and for our state's events, and we're grateful for your support. We know that our fairs and festivals are so important to the state of West Virginia. It's a multi-million-dollar economic boost to our state, but it's not just the events that benefit. It's our vendors, our artisans and small businesses that depend on that revenue. It's our hotels and motels and campgrounds that are sold out for days surrounding our events. It's our local nonprofits and civic organizations, youth groups, fire departments, volunteer fire departments. They depend on our events for fundraisers. And of course, it's the ag community. Agriculture is near and dear to my heart, and we're happy here at the State Fair of West Virginia that we're proud to support the next generation of food producers and ag industry employees. But I wholeheartedly agree that perhaps most importantly, our fairs and festivals are a direct representation of our culture. We know that our best asset is our people, and you can see that in each small fair or festival across this state. 85% of our events are run by volunteers, and they're giving their time and their effort and their money to ensure that these events are successful and our traditions are passed down. It's been a difficult year for all, to say the least. But for organizations who depend on large gatherings for our business, this pandemic has completely wiped out our ability to host our events safely. And so it's an economic loss to the state that's well into the millions. So your support is truly going to keep our traditions alive and our events moving forward. So again, we thank you. And I know I speak on behalf of all the events in the state that we can't wait to see everyone in 2021.
Well, Kelly, every time I see you and everything, I think about, I had the opportunity to coach Kelly in high school, and she was a heck of a basketball player too. I know she's an incredible lady and everything. She's doing unbelievable work and everything, but what a wonderful, wonderful young lady that she was, or she still is. I think about the state fair and all that it gives and all that it touches, and the days that you have tens of thousands of people there and everything. And I don't know exactly what, but lots and lots and lots of folks that come from, especially from all over our state. And I think about just what you said about our culture, with our fairs and festivals throughout the land. It's, today's a happy day. We've been through enough struggles and everything. And I know we've got some big struggles ahead of us, but no, Kelly, I thank you so much for all you do. Really, really proud of you, and let's just keep on doing it.
All right, thank you, Kelly. Next, we'll go to Becky Sullivan, representing New River Gorge Bridge Day.
Hi, everybody. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Okay. First of all, thank you, Governor. I'm tickled that you're tickled to give us this money. Thank you for including the West Virginia Fairs and Festivals in the contingency fund plan. We so appreciate you allocating funds to Bridge Day along with the other events across the state. Bridge Day has an economic impact not only on Fayette County, but statewide. It is the state's largest one-day festival. It celebrates the bridge, which is our famous landmark. It's on the state quarter. The economic development and the widespread promotion we receive from the event is invaluable. It really puts us on the map as we celebrate the bridge, the river, and outdoor adventure, and also some extreme sports tied in there. Annually, we receive grant funding from the State Department Arts, Culture, and History Department, and that helps us to offset the cost of the event. This year, by you granting us the funding, it is going to help us with expenses we've already incurred and to help us plan for a better and safer event in 2021. The Bridge Day is a celebration of our famous West Virginia landmark, the New River Gorge Bridge, the National Park System of the New River Gorge, and our West Virginia artisans. Like Kelly said, our vendors, our extreme sport enthusiasts, the other activities that are tied in with Bridge Day. It's very much appreciated. Bridge Day is a celebration of our state's cultural tourism icon. And as I said, this funding will help us to secure the future of a 40-year-old event. And we so appreciate it. So again, thank you, Governor Justice, for graciously including Bridge Day in your funding plan for the West Virginia Fairs and Festivals.
No, thank you again. I've been to Bridge Day. I see all the activities that are going on there. I really thought a lot about those people that are jumping off that bridge, and there was a time in my life that I may have done that, but I needed a cargo chute. I needed like three canopies to come out to lower me down, and I'm just teasing. Those people are unbelievable, and it's a great day, a great celebration, an incredible engineering feat that the bridge that was built there, and so congratulations in every way. We're tickled to death to be able do a little bit to preserve and keep things going.
All right, thank you, Becky. Next, we'll go to Amber Miller Belcher, representing festivals in Logan, West Virginia.
Hello, everybody. And first of all, in addition to everything else the governor has to handle, education, everything that's going on in our state right now, thank you for taking the time to do this for all of us. You know what you mean to me and our town. So, we're honored to receive the support today for fairs and festivals, arts, culture, and our tourism family. That's so vital to our state. Everybody has an opinion on what we do, but we all know how much businesses and our economy, and not only that, but the people that work inside of our festivals, to kind of echo Kelly, just our vendors and everybody that relies on what we do throughout the state. Kelly and I have a famous saying that says, we do not make thousands, we generate thousands for our local economies. And that is so true. And, this has been a hard year on all of us, on our small businesses, people that stand behind us, our sponsors. The city of Logan is the only municipality in the state of West Virginia to have 4 sanctioned festivals by the West Virginia Association of Fairs and Festivals, and we are very proud of that. We were one of the only festivals to happen this year, the West Virginia Freedom Festival in the city of Logan, and we're very honored to have the allowance to be able to do that. It meant a lot to so many people that depend on that revenue, both in our town and our vendors. It was also a huge honor to have World War II Medal of Honor recipient Woody Williams to stand on stage with us to celebrate our freedoms that we're trying so hard to protect. We also have the Shawnee Island Festival that showcases our Guyandotte River, the Hocus Pocus Festival that showcases our downtown and also our historic women's clubhouse that was the